Did you know there's a place in Ghana where elderly women accused of witchcraft are banished, beaten, and sometimes killed? Not in the 1800s, but today. In 2025, women are still being haunted, still being tortured, still being silenced, just for being old, outspoken, or unlucky. And this dark story didn't start in a village, it started with fear, and power, and silence. In northern Ghana, 6 notorious witch camps still exist. Places like Gambega, Kuko, Noni, and Bonies. But these aren't magical covens. These are prisons, hidden in plain sight. Women sleep on dirt floors, drink from polluted wells, and live among goats and chickens. No health care, no protection, no family. They were accused, and that's all it took. So who calls them witches? And why do communities still believe in it? It starts with death. When a child dies, when crops fail, when a man loses a job, someone must be blamed. And in a deeply patriarchal society, the easiest scapegoat is always a woman, especially an older woman, especially one without a husband, especially one who talks back. In one case, a woman named Fati was accused after her neighbor's son fell sick. No trial, no hearing, just beatings and exile. She walked for 2 days barefoot, bleeding, carrying only a pot and a piece of cloth. Her home was burned. Her children were threatened. She never returned. And in the camp, no one even asked if she was guilty. To understand the witch camps, we must go back, not to Ghana, but to Europe. Because the first witch hunts in Africa were imported. During colonial rule, British missionaries labeled many traditional beliefs as satanic. They demonized herbalists, priestesses, and seers. In their place, they introduced new Christian ideas of evil, sin, and witchcraft. Before that, the Dagomba and Mamprose people had shrines. They believed in spirits, ancestors, harmony with nature, but colonizers replaced spirits with sin. And once the word witch entered the language, fear entered the culture. Even after independence, that fear never left. It grew, fueled by poverty, superstition, and silence. In the 1960s and 70s, as economic hardship worsened, so did the accusations. Women were blamed for infertility, for diseases, for misfortune. The state was weak, chiefs were powerless, and communities turned inward. Some even believed that women had snakes inside them, or drank the blood of children at night. But there is no scientific proof, none. The accusations were often triggered by dreams. Someone would wake up and say, "She attacked me in my sleep." That was enough. No evidence, no hearing, just exile, or worse. The Gambega camp, the most famous of them all, has existed for over 200 years. It was originally a refuge, a place of safety. But over time, it became a prison, with rules, with rituals, with stigma. Women accused had to confess, drink water from a sacred god, or touch a shrine stone to prove they were innocent. If they died, it meant they were guilty. Witch camps became a cruel compromise between death and survival. The community wanted them gone. The chief couldn't protect them, so they were hidden away, forgotten. Inside the camps, time moves slowly. There are no fences, but no one lives. Not because they can't, but because they won't survive out there. Some have lived in Gambega for 10, 20, even 40 years. Many are old, frail, blind in one eye. Some came here when they were strong, and grew old in exile. Others were born in the camps, children of the accused, children of fear. Their huts are made of mud. Their beds are mats on the floor. They cook with firewood, fetch water from nearby wells, and eat only what NGOs or kind strangers donate. There are no schools, no clinics, no electricity, only shame and stories. And yet, even here, there is resilience. The women form bonds. They laugh, they farm, they tell folk tales at night. They survive because they must, because they've been forgotten by everyone except each other. But it's not just old women. Some are as young as 30. One woman, accused by her husband's family, said, "They said I gave my son epilepsy, but I'm his mother. I carried him. How can I harm him?" She ran before they could kill her. The chief of the camp gave her space. But even here, she fears returning home. A few brave souls tried to challenge the stigma. One woman stood before a village court and declared, "If I am a witch, then strike me now." Nothing happened. She lived. But the crowd still looked away. Once branded, the stain never leaves. In every village, there is a man. They call him a seer, priest, witch doctor. He doesn't heal. He condemns. He doesn't need evidence, only suspicion. And when he points his staff, leaves unravel. For every accusation, he's paid a chicken, a few coins, sometimes even land. He claims to see the witch, but really, he sees opportunity, and the village listens, every time. Ghana's constitution promises dignity, but in these camps, dignity is a ghost the government knows. The reports exist, but few dare to confront the tradition, because to question the witch camps is to question belief itself. And belief is powerful even when it kills. Some say it's culture, some say it's fear, But for the accused, none of that matters. All they want is one word: justice. But justice rarely comes. There are no trials, no hearings, no second chances. Just the whisper of an accusation and a life torn apart. In the witch camps, time stands still. Decades pass, and yet the women remain. Some came in their 20s. They are now grandmothers, still branded as witches. No lawyer will defend them. No chief will pardon them. No politician will mention them. They are ghosts to the state, outcasts to the community, and sometimes, even strangers to their own families. Some have children who never visited. Others don't even know if their homes still stand. But in this silence, they've built something unexpected. A sisterhood, a shared strength, a resilience born from pain. They farm, they cook, they laugh, yes, even here. Because survival is an act of defiance. Yet every night, one question hangs in the air: will I ever be free? Because here, freedom doesn't mean going home. It means reclaiming a name, a face, a place in the world. The world may have moved on, but in northern Ghana, these women wait for justice, for dignity, for someone to say, you are not a witch. Some say it's culture, some say it's fear. But for the accused, none of that matters. All they want is one word: justice. Subscribe to keep African stories alive. The stories they try to silence are the ones we must tell.